Now, look, we are out here in Phoenix. It's obviously Super Bowl week, just a couple days away. But what's exciting for the city of Phoenix is not just the Super Bowl, but the breaking news last night. Now, if I can be honest with y'all. Can I be honest? Can I be honest?
Be honest.
We at the club. Okay. It's me, it's Joy, it's Shady. Last night, it's a true story.
He was asleep.
Dave was asleep.
I didn't get the invite.
We're at the W Hotel. We turning up. Shady was bouncing. Go ahead, bounce. Shady was bouncing. Joy was joying.
Yeah,
she was
exactly.
bouncing. And we got the breaking news. Kevin Durant got traded to Phoenix. Oh, my God. So now the only question is, are the Phoenix Suns immediately championship contenders? Last year they got bounced in the semis. Dave, who bounced them in the semis?
The Dallas Mavericks.
Oh, the Dallas Mavericks bounced them. The year before they got bounced in the NBA Finals. Giannis Ugo Antetokounmpo bounced him. He's Nigerian, so y'all know I got to show love. But now the question, LeSean McCoy, coming to you, does Kevin Durant make the Suns favorites?
Absolutely. The last time people doubted KD, what did he say? I'm Kevin Durant. Y'all know who I am. You know who I am. So, yeah, I mean, if you look at before he got injured, I mean, he's shooting 55% from the field. On any team he goes to, he's going to be the best player on the team. Let's just be honest. He went to the Warriors. Everybody talks about the Warriors. Oh, he went to this Warriors team. He was the best player in the Warriors. There's a reason why he won Finals MVP.
Yep.
You go to the Suns now, they could do so much. You could do the pick and roll with CP3 and Kevin Durant with Booker on the wing for the tray ball, or you could do pick and roll with Booker and Kevin Durant. Or if you want to get funky with it, right? Funky is really, really good.
Get funky with it,
you could put Kevin Durant in the post, one-on-one. You got to send the double. You send the double, they can score. This team's going to be crazy. I'm happy for Kevin Durant.
Happy for KD. Joy Taylor, what do you make of it? Are the Suns instantly title favorites?
Yeah, absolutely. Congrats, Mavericks, for your 3 days of.
Yeah, right?
That was stunning. Sorry if there's some Mavs fans in here, but that was quick. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a team that has been building and, as you mentioned, has been deep into the postseason over the past couple years. They've really changed the culture there. They've put in a great structure and program. Monty Williams is a great coach. And you have stars.
Yeah.
And the thing about Kevin Durant, which is unique to KD, which you can't say about every single star, is he fits into so many different offenses. His skill set is so pliable. So while I would be hesitant to say, oh, this is going to work immediately, I don't feel that way about Kevin Durant. And I think most people agree that this feels like, okay, we're going to plug him in as soon as he's healthy, and he's going to have a very short turnaround to get into this system and make it successful. They already have the base, as I said. So to put Kevin Durant in this situation, everything Shady just said about how it's going to work on the court, but I also am very much looking forward to seeing Kevin Durant being able to play at a high level with consistent players around him. Yeah. Kevin Durant's one of my favorite basketball players of all time. When he is rolling, there's very few people in the world that can stop him. He's great defensively. This changes the game for Phoenix.
I was not at the club. I was having a very mature sleep. This was me. I rolled over and I looked at my phone and I was like, oh my God, the Suns are going to be tough to beat in the West. I think that's important. Actually, this reminds me of the game that we're going to preview, the Super Bowl, little game they're playing right down the way. The West looks absolutely terrifying right now, doesn't it? Like, okay, the Suns just did this. The Mavs got Kyrie Irving, which feels like it happened a month ago at this point. By the way, the Nuggets are still there. They're still the 1 seed. The Clippers are still hanging out. The Lakers are trying to load up and give LeBron things to work with. What's happening over in the East? Boston and Milwaukee are still there, and they're still very loaded teams, and they have a much easier route to the finals, in my opinion, than the Suns or anybody else, because the West reminds me of the AFC. It's Burrow, it's Mahomes, it's Herbert in football, and Josh Allen, can't leave him out. That's what it looks like in the West, whereas I feel very confident right now saying Boston or Milwaukee is going to be in the NBA Finals. One of those two teams. And so I just think it's a much harder road. I think this is going to be a hell of a lot of fun, and I think the Suns are now the team to beat in the West. But it's way easier over on the other side. So I just put some respect on those two very complete teams on the other side.
I got a question for y'all.
Uh-oh.
Kevin Durant fans, where are we? Yeah. Now, Shady and I argue about this all the time because 2-5, as I affectionately call him, Kevin Durant left OKC and he went to Golden State.
Okay.
He got him a couple rings.
Right.
Couple of them.
Right.
Left Golden State, goes to Brooklyn.
Wait, before you say that.
Go ahead, I'll wait.
The Warriors called him, right? They called to go get Kevin Durant. He didn't ask to go to the Warriors. They came to him.
They called.
Okay, continue.
Either way.
Let's get that straight.
He goes to Brooklyn.
All right.
He don't win no rings. Now he's going to a Suns team that was just in the conference finals 2 years ago, was just in the semis, heavy favorites over the Dallas Mavericks. Do you feel like this is to some degree a shame on Kevin Durant for once again packing his bags and leaving a destination?
I'm tired of the narrative about Kevin Durant running to the better teams. Like I talked about, first of all, the Warriors came to get him in the Hamptons.
In the Hamptons.
Matter of fact, after the Cavs beat the Warriors, Draymond Green, who's my dog, he called Kevin Durant. Bro, we need you. We need you. That's what really happened. So when he goes to the Warriors, they get some chips, rings and things. Okay, then they made the whole narrative, oh my God, he can't win without Steph Curry. Cool, I'm going to Brooklyn.
Yep.
Same thing they say about Kyrie Irving. You can't win without LeBron James. Cool. They linked up in Brooklyn. They brought another guy named James Harden, and I mean, he brought him in his baggage. He's been declining. Let's just keep it honest. He won the same. He got out of there. Kyrie Irving had a lot of things outside the court. You know, I won't get into that. He wasn't playing. So now you got Kevin Durant out there with just himself. So now he goes to the Suns. They traded him there. Acho, he wanted to go. They traded him there. So now you go there. He's instantly going to be the best player. I love it. I love the move. Because now, real quick, now like a team they don't have two great defenders. They probably have one great defender.
Sure.
Who you going to put him on? Booker, you're going to put him on KD.
That's not my issue.
It don't matter. Get a man's ring.
That's not my issue.
You want to hate on him, and I'm not letting you hate on him today. Super Bowl week, you're not hating on Kevin Durant.
It's too beautiful to hate.
Because when LeBron James did it, you was all cool with it. Him, Bosh, Wade, Ray Allen's the backup. It was all love. He's the greatest scorer title. That's cool. But when it's Kevin Durant, it's an issue. I don't like that.
Joy, chime in on that. Chime in on that.
I'm going to have to push back on there wasn't an issue when LeBron went to Miami.
It was quite
It was quite an issue.
Not no more.
Matter of fact, we were talking about that on the ride over here. Look, this is a different world now. No one's really upset about this, really. People are upset that Kevin Durant is leaving Brooklyn. And we've talked about this last week. Brooklyn is not a place that really has a very strong claim over Kevin Durant. Well, everything that happened there was certainly not Kevin Durant's fault, but the organization didn't do a whole lot to calm the waters with everything. It was, let's try this. And I don't worry, let's try this. There's no backbone, there's no culture there. Kevin Durant is one of the greatest basketball players we've ever seen. He deserves to play in a situation that will help him to thrive. And he can bring winning to that organization as well. Keep in mind, Kevin Durant is a champion multiple times.
Yes.
And was the best player on those teams in those championships. He knows what it takes to go all the way. You're going to a situation that hasn't done that yet. So he's bringing that element of it as well, without all the stress and the constant noise that's going on in Brooklyn. This is a great situation. There's nothing to hate on here.
We do the same thing to quarterbacks. Not to keep bringing it back to football, but that's why we're in Phoenix. Like, why do you have to do it all by yourself? Why do you have to be the one guy who's worth a damn? I don't buy it.
Simmons? No. Come on.
Hey, here's the thing.
Like, what?
Here's what y'all will learn about LeSean McCoy. Ben Simmons gonna catch a stray. he gonna catch a stray. Here's my thought process though. Giannis won his chip, and Giannis won his chip with Middleton. He won his chip with Drew Holiday. Kawhi Leonard won his chip in Toronto. He won his chip obviously with that squad. Kyle Lowry amongst others, if I'm not mistaken. Then you fast forward. LeBron James, he won his chip. It was in the bubble. Steph Curry won his chip. They built that team through the infrastructure going back to 2010, 11, etc. I'm not saying you got to do it all by yourself. But we do have to acknowledge there is a difference in how Giannis, Kawhi, Steph, and even to some degree LeBron won his chips, and how Kevin Durant is seeking to win his. We do have to some degree acknowledge there is a difference.
What's the difference?
The difference to me is Kevin Durant joined a unanimous MVP when he won his first chip, and Steph Curry, obviously. He joined a 73-win team. Kevin Durant joined a team in the Phoenix Suns who were just in the conference finals. Joy knows this better than anybody. She lived in Miami. When LeBron went to the Heat were a perennial 5 seed, 4 seed.
Hold on. Dwayne Wade was there, and they also brought in Chris Bosh. Pat Riley was in the building.
I'm not denying any of that.
And they had won a championship not that long before.
They had won a championship back in 06, but it's not like they were the best team in the West. Like the Phoenix Suns have been the best team in the West. I don't know why you have to suffer to prove something.
I'm not into suffer hustling, okay? That's for somebody else, especially Kevin Durant. He's past that point in his career.
I'm thinking, though, don't you think, like...
Why has KD always got to suffer? Why can't he just go to a situation that's good and win a championship and it be because
Maybe because what is fair for, Joy Taylor?
I don't like fair. Fair's not real.
Oh, exactly. That's my point. So it's not fair. It's not fair.
Every team has somebody. Let's for a second. Let's talk about it, right? So who you want to go with? The Clippers? They got PG and they got Kawhi.
Yep.
The Lakers, they got AD, they got LeBron.
Yep.
Let's keep going. The Sixers, my team I like. They got Harden and they got Embiid. We can do this forever. So why can't Kevin Durant get the same type of love? Because LeBron James started this whole mess.
Kevin Durant can get whatever he wanted, but I remember last week, Shaquille O'Neal tweets at Kevin Durant, and all he says in all caps at the end of the tweet is, hashtag or signed, the bus driver.
Who'd he have?
Who'd
he have?
Played with some pretty good players.
Like, come on, we got to do that. Who'd he have? Hello? I'm asking Kobe
Bryant.
Thank you.
And Dwayne Wade, too.
Yeah, it's two.
Just two of the best.
Two of the best.
Two
Hall of
I
Famers.
take issue with the Kevin Durant is seeking to do anything. The Suns are seeking to win a championship, and they brought in one of the best players in basketball. Like, I mean, I'm sure Kevin Durant didn't want to be in Brooklyn, but the Suns pursued this and paid a heavy price for it. Like, it's not like Kevin Durant forced his way here. Like, the Suns are like, we want to get over the hump. Who can help us do that? Oh, probably like the first or second best player in the world.
You're the only person at this desk with a championship ring.
Two.
I know. I was gonna build that up. You wanna host the show? You wanna host the show?
Can't do this. You do it. I just didn't want you to short me, brother. That's all.
You got 2 championship rings. So my thought process, though, is, are all rings created equal? You're the one who has them, so you can speak to it. Are all rings created equal?
How about this? When I was with the Chiefs, right, I had about, 500-600 yards, high yards per carry. Started in week 3, and then later on, I didn't start anymore, right? I didn't even play in the Super Bowl game. The Bucks, I was more a mentor, veteran. I didn't play that game. All them years before that, I had all pros, Pro Bowls, Russell titles, everything you can name, whatever you want to name, I had it. I'm an all-decade running back. None of that can even match a Super Bowl. So going from all them stats to not playing the Super Bowl and having Super Bowl rings, it's ego. I would love to have the ring. So however you get it, and I get it that Kevin Durant, I guess, how he got his rings, it don't matter. He got them. You got to earn them. You can't give it. You can't be given.
Everybody can't get into that club of greatness. You know what I mean? Like, behind that door is greatness. Yeah. And LeSean McCoy, you have entered into, you knocking on that door. I believe you will be a Hall of Famer here in one day shortly. Don't cry on set, Shady. Don't cry on set. Not in front of all these people, okay? We just met them. But I do believe you will get into that door. Don't you think once you're in that door, there are levels of conversations even behind the door. And that's the conversation I'm having with Kevin Durant. Like, Kevin Durant's in conversations with Shaquille O'Neal. Right. He's in conversation with LeBron James. He's in conversation with Magic, with Duncan, with Akeem. He's in top 10, top 12 all-time conversations.
Charles Barkley talked about he's not in that conversation. You don't think Charles Barkley would love to have another player like a Scottie Pippen on his team to go get a ring? Because people forget how good Charles Barkley really was.
MVP.
But he can't be in a conversation with Jordans and the Shaqs. He don't have no rings. So if he could rewind everything in time, he would go there and get him a superstar and get a ring so he could sit at this table and talk about championships. Talk to me.
Hey, he said talk to him now.
You know what I mean? Talk to me. You know what I'm saying?
It all kicks off Super Bowl Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.